Okay? It is a great time for everybody to have good opportunity to listen the Dhamma talk about the short meditation. So the first time we pay homage to the Buddha in Pali language 3 times. Namo Tassa Bhagavata Arahata Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavata Arahata Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavata Arahata Samma Sambuddhassa. Okay. Today, as everybody have known about the panic come from coronavirus problem. So, recent outbreak coronavirus create great panic and they bring the big problem for human beings. Therefore, World Health Organization also instruct how to prevent this coronavirus. So many people, it seems everybody follow as the instruction of the WHO to prevent this coronavirus. But people find many difficult this suffering. They try to create, try to find out the good medicine to treat this disease. This is what happening now. And people also try to follow the instruction of the WHO, such as regular hand washing and clean up our hand and body, avoiding close contact with anyone, especially social distancing. This is the physically development in human life. In Buddhism, there are so many ways to prevent this problem. And then the people get panic, stress, worry, grief, lamentation, sadness. Some they can't find a way how to overcome this problem. Still, human being, we have the same heart to get happiness and peace, and to get rid of suffering. So Buddha also said, Sope sota saukha kama, taika pato hula. Every sentient being want to overcome the rate of suffering and to get happiness and peace. This is the main reason why religion arises. This is the main point. Now, as you have seen in front of that, everybody blessed for overcome this problem. They try many ways to help the people to free from this suffering, to overcome this problem, to get a good result for the people. This is the nature of human being, nature of human heart. Everyone have good intention, good heart in this way. Therefore, the Buddhism also one kind of religion, but actually in Buddhism they don't use religion. Buddhism is a religion, but some people they use Buddhism is as religion, but actually Buddhism is not religion. The Buddhism is the way of life. So nowadays, it is very important, very essential how to apply the Buddha's teaching in daily life. The mind of the intention of the Buddha to become enlightenment is to search the way how to overcome this suffering, the way how to realize this suffering, and then the way how to get real happiness and peace. This is the main intention of the Buddha. As he fulfilled 10 paramita, 10 perfection, so many long lives. Therefore, the teaching of the Buddha find out everything is in the world is dependent on condition. Everything in the world is had causation. There is nothing without cause. So there is cause, there is effect. It means when we discover about the ecology, ecosystem, cause and effect come together. So the way of the Buddha is to rely this cause. It means we don't realize this cause, many suffering come up again and again. If we want to overcome all suffering, we have to realize the cause and we have to eradicate the cause. Therefore, in the main teaching of the Buddha is the Four Noble Truth. So, what the Buddha encouraged all people to meditate. It means the mindfulness meditation. If we want to understand and realize the cause and effect or the cause of suffering, we have to meditate. This cause and effect, another way, this Four Noble Truth could be realized by the knowledge of meditation. So the way of the Buddha to overcome this suffering, the way of the Buddha to overcome this disease, to realize the cause and effect. So now we have to understand about the primary of causation of suffering. Another way, for example, now today we're facing the coronavirus suffering. This suffering comes from where? We have to analyze its cause. So when we discover about this cause and effect, it is sure to practice meditation. If we practice meditation, we come to understand this cause and effect. Another way, if we practice meditation, we get good knowledge from meditation, we understand this Four Noble Truth. So the Four Noble Truth means like cause and effect, the same way. It means in Dhamma Sutta, you have to know about that identity. But here I want to expound about that a little bit. There are four kinds of truth in Buddha's view. The first truth is suffering. The second truth is the causation of suffering. The third truth is the cessation of suffering. The fourth truth is the way to realize the causation of suffering. So, briefly, it means the Four Noble Truth. This Four Noble Truth is known in Buddhism. Everybody know about that. However, here we have to understand this point. The Four Noble Truth is have to be realized. The second Noble Truth is the second Noble Truth have to be removed, eradicated. The third truth is the third truth is to experience, to understood. The fourth truth is to develop. It means to improve, to develop, like that. So in Dhamma Sutta in Pali, the first truth is the first truth have to be the first truth that the Dhamma have to be removed. In English we call parinyaya. Have to be understood, have to be understood, have to be realized. In Pali we call it parinyaya. The second truth is have to be have to be removed, eradicated, eliminated. We call in Pali it Bahadava. The third truth is have to be experienced, should be understood. We call in Pali Sachi Gatapai. Sachi Gatapai. The fourth truth that Dhamma have to be developed. We call in Pali is Bhavetapai. This is the essence of the Four Noble Truths in Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta. So, how can we realize it? The first truth. The first truth means suffering. How can realize, how can understand this, the first truth? This suffering. How can realize? According to Buddhism, everything in the world is impermanent. Impermanent, ever changing. It means imperfect. As everything is impermanent, is suffering. Let me say, now we think, we thought, we accept, this is our body, right? We think, we thought, we accept our body, my body, I. But actually, in the Buddha's point of view, jati taker, but is suffering. In English, easily to say, but is suffering. Sickness is suffering. That is suffering. Right? Worry, sadness, grief, lamentation, burning desire, and then sometimes we have to associate with unbeloved one, also suffering. Sometimes we want to associate with person who we love. We can't associate with person who we love. This is also suffering. Sometimes in our life, we want to get something, so many things sometimes we get. But if you can't get it, this is also suffering. All these things come from where? Come from mind and body. In Dhamma we say five aggregate. Easy to say mind and body, right? Mind and body. So all these kinds of suffering come from our mind and body. So one two part and that's it. This five grasping of body and mind is great suffering. It means all suffering comes from our body and mind. It means the mental and physical phenomena. Easy to say body and mind, right? So the Buddha said everything is impermanent. As they are impermanent, everything is suffering. So to realize this real suffering, we have to meditate. Mindfulness meditation, right? Let it be. This is suffering. For example, now easy to understand. Make it clear. Easy to understand. Now we are facing great problem, and we get stressed because of coronavirus. So the coronavirus is suffering. suffering comes from where? We have to find, we have to search its cause, right? Actually, without you, this suffering comes from our mind, human mind, because of greedy, hatred, delusion, all such as mind can cause problem. So many problems. Each individual, right? Not only for oneself, for the world also caused from this greedy, hatred, delusion. So in the Buddha's view, the main cause causation of suffering is mind. What kinds of mind? There are so many kinds of mind. Easy to say good mind, bad mind, wholesome, unwholesome, something like that. Right? Actually, the cause of all suffering comes from this greedy mind, hatred mind, unwholesome mind, delusion mind. Right? This is cause and effect. The main ecosystem, right? Connected with each other, depend on each other. So this is we have to. This is better to be realized by everyone to realize this suffering and cause and effect. We have to meditate, right? Without mindfulness knowledge, we can understand this conditioning. This is first truth, right? First truth. The truth has to be understood. The truth has to be realized, right? And then the second truth. The second truth, in Pali we use smudaya subject. Smudaya subject. Smudaya means the greeting, attachment, burning desire, right? Grasping. We can say anyway. Actually greedy, right? The second truth is greedy. Because of this greedy, many suffering arise. For example, now, if you want to create something, if you want to get something, you have to try. You have to create anything to get the thing what you want. Right? This is my point. How to understand this? The second truth. For example, if you have wholesome mind, if you have wholesome mind, good mind, you can create good things which can bring good benefit for you, for yourself, as well as for others, especially for over the world. Right? If you have unwholesome mind, like a greedy mind, hatred mind, delusion mind, you may create some harmful thing, right? Which can bring many suffering to yourself as well as for others. This is the main point. Suffering is the first truth. This causation is the second truth. This two truths cause and effect. Right? Cause and effect. So now we have facing big problem and we feel trapped, unhappy, worries, unhappy. We can't find a way to solve this problem. means the serious panic now we are facing recently, right? So how to overcome this problem? Just moment we said, just moment we mentioned this suffering, this problem come from our unwholesome mind, right? So we have to eradicate the causation to prevent this problem. We have to eradicate and remove the cause. It means the causation, right? So how to remove this cause? Another way we say easily to understand how to remove this greedy mind, unwholesome mind. How to remove, how to eliminate, how to eradicate this smutya satya. Right? In Pali we call pahavravai. How to prevent, how to eradicate, how to remove, how to eliminate this greedy mind, burning desire, attachment, defilement, right? We have to control our mind, right? We have to control our mind. We have to lead our mind, not to go straight, not to create bad things. It means we have to control our mind to understand the nature of body and mind, what happening inside, right? Actually, easy to understand. Why you meditate, why you practicing inside meditation, you have to focus on primary object, right? Why you try to focus, observe, reflect on primary object, your mind cannot go anywhere, right? Stay calm, right? Stay peaceful, and then stay tranquility. This mind is wholesome mind, not unwholesome mind. You need nothing. It means there is no greedy, there is no hatred, there is no delusion. Just wholesome mind. It means wisdom, understand what appear and disappear inside. This is purification of mind. This mind process can create good benefit for yourself as well as for environment, for others. This is my point, how to understand this truth, right? So first truth and second truth is like a ecosystem, cause and effect, right? Okay, this is how to remove the second truth, how to remove the causation of suffering, how to remove the samudaya satya, right? You understand, right? That? Okay. And then we move on. Another one. The third truth. The third truth means the truth in Pali language you say Nirodha satya, right? Nirodha satya. Nirodha satya means the liberation, the cessation of suffering. The cessation of suffering is liberation, right? This is my point. As I said just a moment, we have the same heart to get this cessation of suffering, to achieve this liberation, right? This liberation is really happiness, really peace, right? Permanent peace, permanent happiness. In Buddhism, we use this term, the Nibbana, right? Relatively, it is easy to understand for all, right? Liberation. The third truth is liberation, cessation of suffering. Thus, in all this cessation of suffering, this liberation have to be experienced by ourselves. Not judgment, not just thinking, not just considering, right? Experienced by ourselves, right? The Buddha also mentioned about this thing. All teaching of the Buddha, what the Buddha mentioned and instruct us, is experienced by himself, right? This is the main point in Buddhism. In Pali we say, in Pali we say the benefit of the Dhamma, Samtatika, experience by yourself, right? Experience. If you practice meditation, if you follow the teaching of the Buddha, right now you can experience right now, Samtatika, Akatika. You practice now, if you practice, you can experience just now. It's, do not wait the time to experience tomorrow or the next day, last week. No. Experience. Practice now, you can experience just now, right now. This is Santitika, Agalika, this is benefit of the Dhamma, right? This is also we said all the teaching of the Buddha is experienced by the Buddha himself. The Buddha never teach us the teaching what he never experienced, right? All the teaching of the Buddha, what he teach us is experienced by himself, right? So now also is truth or cessation of suffering, this liberation, this thought truth have to be experienced by ourselves. How to experience? By ourselves, right? He said there is way, technique, right? There is way, method. This method, this way, this technique is instructed by the Buddha, right? So now we all follow the teaching of the Buddha. Mean we follow the method of the Buddha to realize this truth, to realize this cessation of suffering, to understand this liberation, to experience this happiness and peace, right? So, while we practicing meditation, we can penetrate. If we concentrate our mind sharp, and then our mind sharper and sharper, stronger and stronger, and then when our mind concentration enough to understand what happened inside, we can experience the happiness, peace by ourselves. Needed to act some other, right? At the time when we get that state, when we that step, when we get that step, when we get that stage, you need to act other. How is the liberation? How is happiness and peace? You yourself can experience peace, right? You yourself can experience liberation. You yourself can experience happiness. You yourself can eradicate the burning desire, causation of suffering. Right? So the Buddha also instructs us be mindfulness all the time. It means the practice meditation, penetrate your body and mind, develop concentration with mindfulness, right? And then you understand body and mind understand the nature of happening body and mind, what they are really inside. Right? This is the truth. Let me say, the first truth have to be realized. You can recall. The first truth have to be realized. The second truth have to be removed. The third truth have to be experienced. Right? So, to realize the suffering, to eradicate it, to remove the causation of suffering, right? To experience the liberation, the cessation of suffering, we have to practice meditation. We have to develop mindfulness meditation. In Buddhism, to develop mindfulness meditation, to practice meditation, any way we call, right? Whatever we call. Actually, we have to practice the Four Noble Truths. I'm sorry, the Noble Eightfold Path, Fourth Truth, the Noble Eightfold Path. It means that there are like kinds of path, right? And we call it the same Noble Eightfold Path. The path, the way to realization of suffering. The path, the way to realization of Nibbana. The path, the way to eradicate, to remove the causation of suffering. Right? This is the way, the path. Right? We have to practice. While we practice meditation and while we focus on, observe, and reflect on the primary object, we are following, practicing the path of liberation, the Noble Eightfold Path. Right? It means the practicing meditation and the following the Noble Eightfold Path the same. Right? Just terminology different, right? Practically the same way, right? So the Buddha said the Fourth Noble Truth is the Dhamma that have to be developed with practice, right? Practice meditation, developing mindfulness, develop mindfulness. So the Buddha always encourage us in the Samyutta Nikaya. In my Samadhi Sutta, I believe we said Buddha Samathoin Poikawe Samahata. Develop concentration. Develop concentration with mindfulness. Samahata Poikawe Poiku Yatha Putta Pacheneto. In English, if you develop the concentration at such a moment, we develop concentration means we focus, reflect, right, observe on primary object. means the process of the concentration, right? Develop our mind. If we develop our mind, when our mind sharp and sharp, sharper and sharper, stronger and stronger, we can understand the real thing inside at that moment, right? Okay. So the Buddha encourage us in that sutta. We developed concentration, and by developing this concentration, we understand the nature of phenomena. We understand, we realize the nature of body and mind, what they are, abhya and disabhya. Our body and mind is not permanent, ever changing. But we can't understand without concentration. We can't understand without mindfulness. We can't understand the nature of our body and mind without wisdom. So we have to develop concentration with mindfulness to get wisdom, to understand body and mind, what's happening inside. Right? This is mental and physical process action. Right? In Pali, we call witty mental process action, mental process function. So in order to realize the suffering and to remove this causation of suffering, to experience the cessation of suffering, to develop the path to realize the cessation of suffering, we just have to practice mindfulness meditation. We have to get knowledge from meditation. We call in Buddhism wisdom. Penetrate the knowledge can penetrate the body and mind, the nature of the body and mind, what the abhya and the sabhya as they really are inside. And so this is the main point of the Four Noble Truths that instructed by the Buddha himself. Right? So as we know that nowadays we have to we do nothing together because of the coronavirus disease creating big problem and great panic for our world. However, if we understand the technical practicing meditation, we can practice in your place, in your home, and right. I think another thing we can say, we have the stress, worry, problem of this disease, right? But another way, we have more time to practice meditation, to learn the Buddha's teaching, right? To develop our mind, to reduce our stress, right? To enhance cognitive function, right? If we compare the meditation with healthcare system, we can find that if you want to develop your mind and body, another way we say nowadays, in scientist terminology, we say we use the immune system, right? Nowadays, to protect, to prevent this coronavirus, our immune system is very important, right? So when we discover or search, compare this thing, this mindfulness meditation can provide immune system, can reduce stress, right? Can enhance the cognitive function. This is the main benefit of meditation. So I believe you have already know about this situation, right? So I want to encourage you. Please develop your mind. Please develop your concentration, right? Practice mindfulness meditation in your place, right? That can reduce your stress, can reduce your worry, sadness, can develop your immune system, right? So this mindfulness meditation can bring the good benefits for yourself as well as for others, bring good benefit for this life as well as the life beyond, right? This is the main practicing meditation that instructed by the Buddha, right? Okay, I think enough today, I think, nah? So we say together, Bhavatu Sapa Mangalam 3 times, right? Bhavata Sapa Mangalam Rakhanta Sapa Devata Sapa Buddhanu Bhavana Sate Sati Bundade Bhavata Sapa Mangalam Rakhanta Sapa Devata Sapa Dhammanu Bhavana Sate Sati Bundade Bhavata Sapa Mangalam Rakhanta Sapa Devata Sapa Sankhanu Bhavana happy and peace. May all sentient beings overcome all suffering.